30, an urgent warning about car seat safety. North Las Vegas police raising awareness about the importance of car seats after two toddlers were killed in a crash on Sunday.
Police do say impairment and speed were a factor in the crash, and the children, they were not buckled up properly. Fox's Alexis Hernandez has details on resources available if you need a car seat. Certainly so many parents need this kind of advice.
Absolutely, Jacqueline. And according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, nearly 60% of the car seats are installed incorrectly. Kelly Maxwell, the executive director with Baby's Bounty, a nonprofit that provides clothing and gear for babies, says she sees a lot of parents who are using the wrong car seat for their children. Using a car seat reduces your injury risk in crashes by 82%, according to the CDC. Baby's Bounty provides free car seats and information on how to install them correctly. Maxwell says there are a number of reasons why some children aren't being properly buckled up.
Sometimes they just don't know what's appropriate, the right size, and sometimes they are just struggling in poverty and don't have the means to buy one. Car seats went up 41% since COVID, so we know that inflation has increasingly become a barrier for folks to provide for their infants.
And if you are in need of a car seat or would like information on how to install one properly, you can contact Baby's Bounty.